Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my first presentation class. Here I am Rifat Hussain. My role ID is 12508020. I am from Department of CSC at Comilla University. Today I'll to discuss about C programming, the for loops and while loops. Okay, let's start it. The core concept. What is loop? Execute code multiple times. A loop is a fundamental control flow structure that allows a block of codes to be executed repeatedly based on a specific condition. Here are a repetitive tasks, data processing, algorithm logic. The three types of loops in C. C provide three primary constructs for controlling iteration is suited for different scenarios. The for loops, the while loops, the do while loops. The for loops ideal when the number of iteration is known in advance. The while loops execute as long as a specified condition retains true. Okay, the for loops syntax and structure. The for loop is the most complex structure for iteration, considering all control statement into a single line. Look at the syntax. For loops, initialization part and the condition check and the increment or decrement and the block of the code execute repeatedly. Brace. Initialization execute exactly once at the beginning. Condition evaluate before each condition, before each iteration. Increment or decrement execute after a successful iteration. Okay. For loop in action, printing a number 1 to 5. Look at the codes and the for loops. Initialization I is equal to 0, I less, and the condition is I less equal 5, and the increment part is I plus plus. Print a percent of the / new line I, and the output is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. The execution flow of a for loops. Initialization, set a counter variable and then the condition check, evaluate a loop condition and then execute the body, run loop statement and the increment update counter. The while loops, condition based iteration, while the keyword and then the condition and the brace. The while loop is used when you don't know the exact number of iteration beforehand, replying slowly on a condition to terminate, while the keyword and the condition and the brace code to execute and the important update for increment or decrement and the counter are or variable here. The initialization and the counter update must be handled outside or inside the loop body, unlike the for loop where they are part of the header. While loop example, equivalent output. Okay, initialization I is equal to 1 and the and the while the keyword and the condition is I less equal 5 and the condition check is true, then the print a percent of new line and I, and the I plus plus the increment happen inside the body return 0, and then the output is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, for loop and while loop, the key difference. Initialization part of the loop header and the while loop must occur before the loop start. Best use of case when the number of iteration is known, when the iteration depends on a dynamic condition like unknown count. Compactness, very compact and readable structure for loops, and while loops simple. Risk factor, lower risk of infinite loops and higher risk if update the statement is missing the while loops. Okay, here it is. Thank you very much.